Hello. Welcome to Celtic Ligers. This is an advertisement at the start for ourselves. Don't go anywhere.
We're going to be doing a live stream on New Year's Eve for you.
As is typical.
For you loners and lonettes out there. We're going to be reeling in the year, Jules Holland style.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But Jules Holland for politics. So you can join us on Twitch.
Twitch.tv/Celtic Ligers.
At 10? Half 10?
Is that too early?
I don't know.
Maybe like 11. Don't we do it like 11 and then
continue after for a bit?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah. Nor is at 11.
It's like 2 hours, but with the New Year's in the middle.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm on at 11, hopefully, provided nothing goes wrong like it did last year. But we still made audio gold out of it. The only thing that happened was, I don't know, we looked like was a Sega CD game where it's just a bunch of images flapping, you know?
Yeah. We promise that won't happen again.
I figured out what it was. Somebody tried to tell me in the comments and I had no idea what the fuck they were talking about. But somehow the frame rate got set to like 12 frames a second or something.
I didn't even know you could do that.
Well, I don't know how it happened because what I had is I had a template set up that we had used at least 4 times already. And then, so I started and then the problem started happening. And I was like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Something must have happened where the frame rate got changed accidentally.
Yeah.
Anyhow, we have all the setup. We have guests, as in they'll be sending us in their contributions, and you should send us in your contributions, voice notes, text messages to be read out by moi, or James. And what are your moments from the year? Will we be breaking it down like Charlie Brooker style, I guess, like month by month maybe, or the highlights? The highlights. Few lowlights, but mostly highlights.
Yes. Okay. And now on to the show.
Celtic Ligers. Celtic Ligers.
Recorded 18th of December 2025.
You're watching Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah. I can't remember what I was going to say. First one's good.
Yeah.
Second one, I didn't see it.
It's kind of like an extended action sequence that's not so good. And also, they kind of try to expand the world. So they can introduce like the British properly. And I think Tom Hollander plays like, I don't know, there's some like general. Do you know the famous GIF as well where the guy is walking down the ship and it's being torn apart by a cannon fire?
Oh yeah, that's in the third one.
Okay, yeah. But like, you know that stuff
that's
where it's
a really weird scene.
Yeah. But you know where they're like, the British East India Tea Company is now in collusion with Davy Jones. Like, there's something sort of like bad, but also, as in like, it's going to tear the movie continuity apart of like a silly little film with zombie pirates from the first one, but at the same time I find that very interesting. Like a supernatural entity in collusion with the Brits, you know?
Yeah. Also known as the UVF or the UDA.
Yeah.
But the first one they're all skeletons, and then the second one they're like, we need another immortal enemy. So I guess the squid is immortal for some reason.
He looks so, like, at the time I was like, wow, that looks great. And now years later I watch those VFX Artist React videos and they are just flummoxed by how they managed to create that thing in like 2003.
Yeah.
Like it just, because have you seen like Bill Nighy plays him? And then when you see Bill Nighy versus what you get on screen, you're like, how the fuck did they do that?
Yeah. Through a mix of prosthetics and CGI.
Not even prosthetics. It's all motion capture. I'll show you the Bill Nighy picture.
When you say Bill Nighy, is that Bill Nye?
No, it's the the British actor, you know, the one he's in like Shaun of the Dead and Love Actually and stuff like that. Don't worry, I'll show you the thing and you'll know what I'm talking about.
Okay. I can't wait. And then the third one, it's just
World's End, isn't it?
The squid guy is back, and so's the pirate guy. Oh wow!
Isn't that mad?
Yeah. He really looks like Davy Jones. I have a blood pressure monitor on, so the audience might be able to hear it.
I heard it. That's mad. What is that?
It's a blood pressure monitor.
I know, but like, what is it meant to do exactly?
You've had your blood pressure taken, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
It's like just that cough that goes in your arm, but it goes off every 15 minutes.
And why?
It's really loud.
To what end?
To take your blood pressure.
Why do you need it constantly monitored?
Just for 24 hours. Because it's alarmingly high.
Okay.
But hey, high blood pressure's not bad for you.
No, it's not the worst. Not the end of the world. I like the third one.
Yeah, that's the one with sort of the Caribbean monstress is there.
I can't remember. I know it's the one where Jack's in purgatory, and I always love that he's in purgatory dragging a giant ship and there are a bunch of crabs around him. And he's just like, I love that.
Johnny Depp really ruled.
Yeah.
Like, there's a type of guy who really took his personality from Johnny Depp, wasn't there?
I mean, I'm from Galway, so...
Yeah.
You're like, there's a guy who took his personality from Johnny Depp. Oh boy, was there. They were all concentrated in the one spot in Ireland.
Yeah, were any of your friends Johnny Depp?
Were any of my... Yeah, no, I had a bunch of friends who were Johnny Depp heads as teenagers. But like, if you went to like the Roisin Dove or anything like that, which I would never do now, but there would be at least 3 Johnny Depps there, you know, white guy dreadlocks and...
drinking rum.
Yeah, exactly. And they have like fingerless gloves and they kind of they like the idea of being, it's like Dave McSavage, you know, where he's kind of like...
Yeah, I suppose Dave McSavage is Johnny Depp coded.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways.
In a lot of ways. Moving on.
Would you rather be on the squid boat or the skeleton boat?
Skeleton boat.
Why?
It doesn't seem like you have to work quite as hard on the skeleton boat. Whereas you were a servant of Davy Jones on his boat and everybody looked like, I gotta go back to work. I was like, I can't do that, you know?
Yeah, it's true. And the skeleton one, everyone was roughly equal.
Yeah. But they all were like, we want the same thing and we're heading towards the same goal. It was actually a communist utopia on the skeleton boat.
Yeah.
Fully automated luxury communism.
Whereas the squid one, that was, you know...
Stalinist or something, I don't know.
Yeah. So you gotta be a squid, you gotta do this, and...
Yeah.
What are you stuck to the wall for some reason? That's a really bad memory.
I love the bit in the movie where they take the... You know the one where it's like, maybe it probably doesn't work if you think about it for more than a second. But when they take the boat and then they turn it upside down and then they're walking under the water with a pocket of air inside the boat. And you're kind of like, wow, science is, wow, fucking awesome science. And then think about it for a second. You're like, that's probably not possible at all, is it actually? Like, how would you even do that? You know?
I think it would work if you were heavy enough. You know what I mean?
You go like, whoo, just like how does that work? The boat, you know?
What do you mean?
When I think it's Jack and what's the guy's name? Or Will Sparrow. Wow, that was a deep pull. I can't believe I got that.
Are you sure that was his name?
I'm pretty sure. Will Sparrow.
Will Pirate.
Yeah.
Will Pirate.
No, maybe
money.
I'm wrong.
I think you mixed up Jack Sparrow and Will.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. Sorry, I forgot Sparrow was Will Turner. Fuck.
I think if you're heavy enough, the problem is that the boat will float. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're heavy enough, it would work.
Did you watch any of them beyond the third one? Did you watch like the kind of Captain Jack solo ones?
No, we're heading on to 4 next.
4 is really bad, and then 5 is at least watchable, but it's still bad.
The problem is they're so long, and they made that like part of the brand. So like, it'd be one thing if it was bad, but it's also like bad and 3.5 hours long.
I know.
Is there any give me a sneak preview? Are there any new immortal pirate ships?
Yeah. There's, I think Javier Bardem plays some new captain that Jack fucked over.
So we've had skeleton, now we've had squid. So what's next?
He's ghost.
Just a ghost.
Yeah.
Skeletons are sort of ghosts.
Well, they're zombies.
But they're skeletons.
You know that like Monkey Island was sort of loosely based off of the Pirates of the Caribbean like ride. I might be misremembering this, but I believe that they were trying to make a Monkey Island movie, and then they eventually used the material from that to make the Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
It's false. No way. Not this time. We created it. Not this time. No, not this time. It's totally made up.
But in Monkey Island, there's a character called the Ghost Pirate LeChuck, and then in the subsequent sequels, when he comes back, it becomes an ongoing joke that they add a new thing to what he is. So he becomes like a zombie ghost pirate LeChuck, and then I think there's some other thing after that. But anyway, that's what the movies are like. They're like zombies, ghosts. I mean, the Kraken was good. It was good to see the Kraken, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was welcome. I'd like to see. I like the bit where there's a council of the pirates. You know, and there's a pirate from every continent. That was interesting. I'd like a film for each of those. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Like, here's the Chinese.
Yeah.
Pirates of the Chinese. And then Johnny Depp's dad is there.
Yeah, and he's played by Keith Richards.
Yeah.
That's fun.
And they do act very similar.
Well, that was the whole inspiration, is that he apparently modeled it off. I can't remember who it was, but Keith Richards was the main one. He said he modeled his performance off of. So that's why they got Keith Richards to play the role.
It's too bad Heath Ledger died. Otherwise, we could have got the Joker's dad. You know what I mean? Maybe you could just have the Joker's dad in there.
Yeah. Do you want to know how he got so messed up? One of those stories he told in Dark Knight was real.
Yeah. And his dad would be Tom Waits, I suppose.
Heath Ledger. His dad would be probably Donald Trump.
Yeah, his dad would be
the Clown King himself. If the Joker's the Clown Prince of crime, then Donald Trump is the Clown King of crime.
Yeah. Would you rather be on the ghost boat or the other one? The squid one?
I already answered that.
No, I said skeleton first time.
Okay, the ghost one I don't remember the ghost one, so I'm going to stick with the zombie one.
Because you don't have to work too hard.
Yeah, I don't know what happens on Javier Bardem's ghost boat, but I don't think it's good.
Would you like to meet the guy who played Gareth from The Office?
No, I wouldn't like that at all. I don't know. There's something about that guy who just creeps me out. I just hate looking at his face.
Yeah. He looks like he has a disease.
Yeah.
I bet he does. Do you know his name?
Mackenzie Crook.
Yeah, let's look him up. Do you think he has a disease, or do you think he just looks like that?
He just looks like that.
Mackenzie Crook.
Did you ever watch Rango?
No.
That was made by Gore Verbinski as well.
As well as what?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh. Early life. Blah blah blah. Yes. As a child, he received a course of hormone therapy for 3 years to treat a growth hormone deficiency.
Okay.
That's gotta
take its toll.
Factor into that. You know what I mean? Like, you don't look like that for no reason.
Yeah.
I just want to look up one more thing.
That's fine. I'm trying to see if there's a new Pirates of the Caribbean coming out anytime soon.
I think there is.
There was a post-credit scene in... so stay till the end for Dead Men Tell No Tales, and you'll get a nice little post-credit scene of a film that they have yet to make. By God, they surely will.
Did you ever watch The Detectivists?
No, I didn't. That looked bad to me. Did you watch it?
There's so many seasons.
I know.
Yeah.
It's very popular.
And they do Christmas specials. So there's one for you. Add it to the list.
Yeah, I'm watching a load of Christmas specials. I was telling James, I watched... so last night we watched Marge Be Not Proud from The Simpsons, where Bart steals...
I don't like that one.
Because she's... Yeah. You don't like that she's mad at him, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we were here and we were like, no, Marge. The way she does it is so harsh, because there's a bit where he comes back and is like, you didn't wait to build this for me to build the snowman. She's like, there's some snow under the car if you want.
Yeah, I feel so bad for Bart.
I thought like a real James Moran character I was pointing at it was when, or a moment was where Bart puts the marshmallow into his cocoa. And then when Grandpa goes, hey, give me a slice. And then we watched there was one from 2011, a Christmas episode of The Simpsons that apparently was meant to originally be the last episode of The Simpsons. It was pitched as that. Yeah. And it's a future episode, like set in The Simpsons future, where Bart has like 2 sons and Lisa has a daughter, and they're trying to reconnect at Christmas. And I remembered it being like, okay. I remembered it being good, actually. But then I discovered that actually I was just comparing it to New Simpsons, and actually it's very, very bad. And there's a bit where Milhouse is Lisa's husband, and he's allergic to all things Christmas, so he has to go to Cleveland. He has to go to Ohio, which is under Sharia law. So I'm watching that with Zainab, and then she's like, it's one of those things where I'm just like, I keep my eyes on the TV to just avoid looking at her. Like, I'm so sorry. I thought this was good to watch, you know? And he's going, please send a prayer mat. They won't, they're gonna. I was like, I don't know. It was tough going. And they make Milhouse wear a burqa.
What happened to Milhouse? I actually forgot that he wanted to like fuck Lisa the whole time.
Yeah. And guess what? He does.
Raw.
Not really, because they say in the thing that they used IVF, I think.
Right, so he mightn't. He mightn't even.
No, what they say explicitly in it is that... Well, sorry, no, yeah, he mightn't have even. But one of the things they say in it is that they did some version of IVF which chose the best genetic components, and none of his were good enough. So actually,
Right.
the kid is entirely Lisa's.
Okay. Milhouse really liked her.
Yeah.
Do you remember she went out with Nelson?
Yeah.
And Milhouse was so jealous.
Yeah. I
And
love
she's
that.
like,
Guess who likes you?
he gets sent to hospital.
Like,
He
what
can't.
was that one where he goes, I'm so sorry, because he can't hear you, little girl. His ears are filled with gauze.
Lisa's like, I want to bring out the Milhouse and Nelson.
Yeah. But I'm Milhouse.
I'm all Milhouse.
I was like, you're more like a big sister. No, I'm not. Why does everyone keep saying? And then when he's walking away, and then he's like, if she sees you, he's thinking about like, if she sees you prepared to do anything she asks, she's bound to respect you. I remember this exact quote. And then he takes the note to give to Nelson. He goes, of course, what are big sisters for? And then I shouldn't have said that.
Remember the other episode where they grow up and Lisa's the president?
Yeah.
And what is Milhouse up to then?
Was he her vice president? Am I crazy?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Vice President Milhouse. That doesn't sound right.
All right, let's look up the one. Lisa president. That's the one that predicted the future, where she says they inherited a deficit after President Trump, and then it was made in like the year 2000.
Oh yeah. Oh, they predicted the future on a lot of things.
COVID.
Yeah. Sharia law in Ohio.
Yeah, Milhouse is one of Lisa's advisors.
Oh yeah. I saw a meme and it was like, if you watch The Simpsons, the original one or whatever, this is you now. And it was like all of Bart's jobs, you know? It was like, him as the lunch lady,
Yeah.
him as the weird rock star. Him as the rock star.
Yeah.
I didn't like when he was a rock star or the stripper. Do you remember those?
Yeah, I do.
Though I do like the way with the rock star, he imagines like the bleakest way it could possibly be.
Oh, he's cool.
like,
But you've got to go on.
Slag off.
You've changed, man. It used to be about the music.
I said slag off.
if you'd live in the Simpsons house with them or the skeleton ship,
Simpson's house.
really, you think you could put up with that? With that
The crazy
nonsense?
antics. The only problem is that I might pass out from bloody laughing at Homer's jig acting and
Yeah, I was strangling you.
yeah.
Nearly passed out.
I was just the one. I'd forgotten it was in this episode, but the member was like, Homer's giving out to Bart, and he goes, "Stealing, didn't we raise you right?" Or whatever. He's like, "Why do you think I took you to all those police academies for fun?" Well, I didn't hear anyone laughing.
Yeah. What did he steal again? The game.
Yeah, Bone Storm.
The game looked good. The golf
Thrill
game
House.
didn't.
We need to stop talking about this. I'm getting
Marge
like-
really fucked it on that one. She got the wrong game.
Then the next Christmas special, the X-Files Christmas, one of them where Lily Tomlin and Ed Asner tried to get Mulder and Scully to kill each other on Christmas Eve in a haunted house. And then after that, we watched the SpongeBob Christmas special that was stop motion
Of
animated.
course.
Mm-hmm.
Who's that guy?
Which was
He
good.
was in the West Wing. Was he ever in X-Files. I feel like he is.
Bradley Whitford.
No. He was
Martin
also in
Sheen.
30 Rock. So he wasn't a main character in either of these. But he was in them both. His name's like Arlie Ara or something like that.
Arlie Ara.
Something like that. He's a funny voice. He's a nice voice. In The West Wing, he played the Republican candidate in the last season.
Jimmy Smith.
No,
Smith.
in the last season. It's the Latino guy and the other guy.
Yeah. Alan Alda.
Yeah,
Yeah, Alan Alda must have been in.
he's definitely been
X-Files.
in X-Files. I don't know why.
Why did you say he had a funny voice? That's what threw me.
Yeah, but then I said he had a nice voice.
Yeah. Well, Alan
Distinctive.
Alda, you kind of... Isn't it? I don't know how to... Anyway. He's in MASH.
Yeah.
And yes, he is in an episode of The X-Files called
Yes.
Demonicus, which I haven't seen.
So what's next? You watch the SpongeBob.
Oh, no, wait, he's not. Never mind. He's not in The X-Files. Sorry, everybody.
That's mad.
Mm.
His agent
Yeah, I watched
should be
SpongeBob,
fired.
which was great. And I found out, I looked up the guest stars on SpongeBob to see some of the funnier ones. Pantera were guest stars on SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Jim Jarmusch was a guest star on SpongeBob. David Bowie.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. That was about it, really. I mean, there was some others, but they're not really interesting.
Tom Cruise.
Would have been funny, but I don't think he was. Rob Reiner, I think he actually was. R.I.P. Very tasteless to try and segue into talking about Rob Reiner that way.
Yeah. That's the second crazy celebrity death of the year.
What was the first again?
The other
Charlie
guy.
Kirk.
Well, that as well. The third. The guy whose
Gene
wife was a
Hackman.
mummy. Yeah.
Gene Hackman. What a fucked up year. What an entirely fucked up year.
Bad year to be famous. Put it
Yeah.
that way.
Bad year to be old and famous.
Extremely. Really.
Um,
Having your wife be a mummy and then you die is
yeah. That's
wild.
a version of hell, for sure.
And then this guy getting murdered. And I keep seeing interviews and everyone's like, look how crazy the son looks.
Yeah,
Rob
yeah.
Reiner. And he just looks angry all the time.
Yeah. I to get a bit, to make it slightly serious for a second, I do find it very unpleasant when people are like, look how fucked up he is. And I was like, like he did something really awful, but it's a kind of this thing where it's like, clearly somebody suffered like a psychotic episode. Do you know what I mean? You don't like stab your parents to death if you have like a function. Like there's this thing where it's like the intent behind it. And I read this like really weird article in the Hollywood Reporter where it's like, after a difficult year given the LA fires, Conan O'Brien was trying to relax with a Christmas party, and Rob Reiner was apparently like, basically appealed to him going like, my son, we don't want to leave him by himself, like, because we're worried about him. We're worried about him. And so then they were like, but he got invited to the party. So they invited him to the party and he's wandering around and all of his behavior strikes as like somebody who's deeply disturbed and needs like immediate, like to be sectioned basically, and they're going like, look how evil he was. He went over to Bill Hader and was like, are you famous? And Bill Hader was like, I'm having a conversation. Everybody was disturbed. And it's like, it was only a matter of time. It's like, remember when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock and Judd Apatow was like, I'm scared, like, what does this mean? Everybody, it's like, these people are like, I don't know, I found that very upsetting because the whole thing with Rob Reiner and his son is that they seem to have really, really tried to kind of help him, and to also process it in a way that is familiar to them. They made a movie about like a father and son struggling with the son's addiction, and they did like press tours about it. And Reiner was saying like, sometimes I was trying to be tough on you and I feel like that was the wrong approach. And, I don't know, I'm trying to navigate this as well. And I don't presume to know what you're going through. And he's really, really trying with his son, and the whole thing is just an awful, awful tragedy. And to see like people do these, like everybody seems to be fucked in the head where it's like, they're like, there are goodies and baddies, and this guy is a baddie because he killed his parents. You're kind of thinking like, I mean, I know like that's a very horrible thing to do, but this idea of just like, the person who like is in a padded cell, they're evil because I don't know, they're writing in the wall on their own shit. They're so evil. It's like I feel like I'm crazy here saying this. Like, I really don't like when people who have mental health issues like that, like who like really serious mental health issues, are kind of painted out as like, there's nothing to be done about it. Like, get a bolt gun out and get rid of the fucker.
Yeah,
he's evil. He was born wrong. It's just like, I don't know, man. It's horrible. And
have you watched that movie, the one about the two of them?
I haven't, no.
Strange way to deal with it.
Yeah, oh my God, yeah.
But if you're like second and third generation Hollywood, you're fucked in the head.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you are. Yeah. Like, I was thinking about this discourse, about Nepo babies, and like Rob Reiner is also a Nepo baby, but he's like really good, like.
Yeah.
He's I just really.
He's good in New Girl.
He was great in New Girl. He was great in 30 Rock. It's very hard to like.
Who's in 30 Rock?
He played himself in 30 Rock, and so originally he was in a show called All in the Family where he played a character called Meathead, and basically Jack goes to Washington, and Rob Reiner is a representative of Hollywood.
Sir, my name is Rob Reiner. Before I became a congressman, I dabbled in television, won a couple of Emmys. And I believe that my experience out there in Hollywood gives me a special insight into these types of deals.
And so anyway, Jack is basically trying to manipulate him to kind of champion the thing that Jack wants him to champion, So he's the one talking about vertical integration, And so he goes, you just have Jack Donnie go, say it, meathead, say it. And then he goes, what about this vertical integration? He's like, yes, And then eventually, like, Rob Reiner, he's like, everybody is like meant to be talking like, muttering amongst themselves after something that has just dropped, And they just cut to Rob Reiner. He goes, rhubarb, peas and carrots, rhubarb.
This deal will not happen.
Rhubarb, peas and carrots, rhubarb, peas and carrots, rhubarb.
Like Queen Latifah plays some congresswoman who is trying to who's like Jack's enemy. And so she's like trying to sweet talk Rob Reiner. And so she's like, me and Rob Reiner are in New York. They pat over to like Rob Reiner. He's sitting in the same limo as her. And he goes, Magnolia Bakery. Sorry, hips.
Some colleagues of mine and I are taking meetings on Wall Street, and then we're doing the Sex and the City walking tour.
Magnolia Bakery? Oh, sorry, hips.
He just has a natural funniness about him. I don't know. It's so... And his movies, like, I love Misery. I think Misery is fucking fantastic. It's like the best that American cinema can be, of just everybody on their A game.
Yeah. Who did the other guy play in 30 Rock? The guy, I can't remember his name again.
Alan Alda.
Yeah. I can never remember that guy's name.
He played Jack's dad, and it turns out he's like a kind of Democrat, and he's like a kind of...
Oh, he needs the kidney.
He needs the kidney. And then, what was the line? I think it was where Jack is trying to blackmail people to perform at his dad's benefit. And then he tries to get Elvis Costello to perform, and then Elvis Costello, or should I say, I can't remember what it was, like, I can't remember, I'll put it in, but it was funny.
And Elvis, or should I say Declan McManus, international art thief?
Okay, Jack Donaghy, you tumbled me. We'll do it.
Yeah. 30 Rock was such... I know we're just cutting things down. It was such a good show.
It was. But I thought that I was immune to, like, you know, when people go, have you heard what Trump said? And I was like, yeah, it was probably like, you know, annoying or like funny.
It
but
was
like
the craziest thing he said in a very long. Like it was.
I was so angry.
What was so crazy about it was that it was so irrelevant and he went so hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't like Jim was called some country shit out country. It's like at least that's relevant to the job of being president. Just like he's like some guy gets brutally murdered and he's like, fuck him.
So like, let's say, you know, you're saying you're the president, you do actually have to talk about other countries. Rob Reiner dies, you as the president don't have to say anything.
You don't have to say anything at all.
Yeah.
And like, if you are just slightly negative, that gets the message across. You know what I mean? But he was literally like, oh, he had it coming.
He said he probably died because he didn't like me, is basically what he was saying. He had Trump derangement syndrome. And then they asked him later on, they were like, do you want to like walk that back at all? Because like even some of his most diehard supporters were like, well, like, I didn't really like the guy, but fucking hell, he got murdered by his son, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, did you really need to go there? Like, you know?
Yeah. And he didn't at all. At all. No. Like, I don't think Rob Reiner is even one of the bigger, resistance guys. You know what I mean?
He actually was. He was pretty big. He was constantly on the airwaves talking about how Trump was involved with Russia, and he was one of the big boosters of like the Mueller report and stuff like that. Like he has devoted quite a lot of his time. But like he's like any good Hollywood liberal. He's like, I can't believe this fucking guy is in charge. You know?
Yeah.
And then like they, you know, like when they go, Charlie Kirk dies, and it's like, this is what's happening. The rhetoric is being amped up, and these things are going to be more likely. And have you seen how the left, aka the Democrats, are celebrating this death? You know?
Yeah.
And then they pull up a clip like now of Rob Reiner going like, basically like being like, oh, it's horrible that Charlie Kirk died, and that shouldn't have happened, and it should never. You know what I mean? Like I've seen some clips where people will be like, they'll be like, oh, this is the guy you're defending, some of the Trump people, and they'll pull up a clip of him going, Trump should be in jail. Just like, he wasn't saying that Trump should die. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh my god! If Trump was assassinated, like it would be like, remember when Kyle Gass was like, next time don't miss, you know, and he got like cancelled by he was dropped from the tour for the Tenacious D thing, and it was like, we have to like reconnect. Like that's the type of liberal he was. It was like, oh no, we settled it. We don't settle this by shooting people. We settle this in the courts by exposing him for being a Russian asset, you know? But then there's like Trump to like walk it back, and then Trump goes, no, he was bad for this country, is what he said.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, let me find if I get that right, actually. He was a terrible man, is basically what Trump said. Country Trump Reiner. He was very bad for our country. That was it.
Yeah, Trump's brain really is leaking out his ears, isn't it? It's mad the way they've had, it's like for the past 12 years, or like for 12 years in a row, they'll have like a completely senile president.
I know.
You know?
Yeah. There was a great clip during the week of Sheldon Adelson's wife, and she's like beaming, talking to Trump on stage, and she was like, I was talking to our good friend Alan Dershowitz, and he said that she could run for a third term. It's not unconstitutional. And he's like, well, we'll see. I could see him very easily running for a third term because, like, fuck it, who cares?
Definitely,
you know?
yeah.
And I was trying to think of like how long could he be president if he breaks that precedent? You know, because I was like, I was just here with Zainab, and I was going like, do you think he'd be dead in the next 5 years? She's like, no. And I was like, do you think he'd be dead in the next 10 years? I was like, no. I was like, do you know that would make him like 90 years old? He's like, yeah, I know. Like, it just keeps going. Like, I mean, like what age do you think Trump is going to die?
He'll reach 100.
Yeah.
Which would be like 2045.
Yeah. I'm also one of those people who was in a growing majority, or whatever, that believe that Trump might be the first person not to die.
Yeah, you think it just keep going?
I think it just keep going. Somebody put out like a clip of Biden there recently, and I was like, oh fuck, I forgot about you. And he came out and he said something like, oh, you know, about like, so what they had put it in the tweet of like, this is like kind of almost to imply this is what a real president looks like, you know?
Yeah.
And he was talking about the growing division in this country, and it's been amping up, and like we need to kind of keep an eye on it. So then obviously I was like, I'm going to turn on the audio for this one because I'm sure that this text is, you know, and yeah, sure enough, it's like, he's like, in division in this country, excuse me, and I'm sorry, this is like,
yeah,
like
he was so old. Like it's so like it was crazy how old he was. Like, it just, I've never seen anyone that old.
Yeah,
I think even when you go to like an old folks home, they don't seem that old. They just seem sick. Whereas he's like old as hell.
Yeah,
I think it's because his body is so good.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like he looks sort of strong.
Yeah,
for like an 80-year-old.
Yeah,
but then like the energy and the tone of the voice is just like, it's like you are 200 years old.
I think the difference is when you go to like a nursing home and you see people and they got like a bunch of cardigans on, or they're like sitting down and they're kind of taking their time. But then when he's meant to be president, they have to put him in a suit, and he has to go out like when he came to Ballina, it was like come out to, what was it, the Dropkick Murphys, and he's like shuffling out, and you're suddenly like, oh my fuck, that's why he looks so old, is because like you're having to do things that old people shouldn't have to do.
Yeah, it's like with Mike Tyson. It's like when you see him on a podcast or something, he looks really strong. And then when he went out in the boxing ring, like last year, whenever it was, he was like, oh, he's old as hell. Like, he's, you know.
Oh, God.
I guess the effect is like, if Biden came out in boxing gloves, and he's like, oh, you're going to get creamed. Like.
I saw this, you know, Dick Van Dyke is now 100. So they have him on like the red carpet, and he's got like 2 walking sticks now. And one of the pictures they had for him was like him just, he's not smiling, and he's like the life is like out of him, you know. And then it's just a funny thing that somebody was basically trying to imply, why didn't you show a picture of him smiling, as if like the media had some sort of bias against like Dick Van Dyke being 100 or something. And so they show a picture of him smiling, and when he's smiling, he looks like he's fully like, yeah. He looks like this. It was great to see.
He's pretty good, like in good shape for 100. Like he's really, I don't think there's anyone in better shape at 100 than him.
He said something like, I'm ready to die now. He was kind of,
I've been ready to die for the past 20 years.
He said something like that. He kind of was like, well, I had to get to 100, so that was sort of on my mind. Now that I have, he's like, I actually would welcome death at this point.
I think dancers always live really long.
Yeah.
Little theory I have. Was Dick Van Dyke 100 years old? I saw a video of him doing like sit-ups. It was supposed to be like, look at him, he's still doing sit-ups, but he was doing like the orthopedic ones that the physio gives you to like not stress yourself out. So he was moving like a centimeter, like literally like 2 centimeters. And he's like, I could do these all day. It's like, when you're 100, no, just don't engage in that arena of physical strength. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know what's good and what's not good for 100. It's just, good to be alive. Do you get me?
Yeah. I saw some guy and he was like, you know, the Americans have that kind of obsession with spelling bees.
Oh, yeah.
But he was like some guy who was like a champion speller. And so he kind of, his mind was very active and he looked pretty good. His voice was like shot to shit because it's like 100 years old. But, but then they go like, how do you like stay so kind of cognizant and like up and about when you're 100? And he goes, I take a cold shower at 5 a.m. every morning.
Just have the warm shower, man.
And I was like, I guess I'll just die.
Whenever I see people are 100, it's free. I always imagine like, I don't know, imagine being a monkey and you're 100 years old. You know, it's like, it's not right. Dick Van Dyke and Optimus Guide to a Happy Life. 100 rules for living to 100. And it's him dancing, but I'll show you this picture.
Are you sending it to me?
This is what I mean. It's like, it's impressive he can pose like this, but it doesn't look good.
Wow.
It's like,
yeah.
You know, it's like,
he needs
but please stop doing that.
He needs a bit more like form-fitting clothes, doesn't he? Do you know?
Yeah.
Like the way his pants are sort of like billowing out and then coming in at the ankle. It's like, you're a celebrity, so like I think you can go to a tailor and then you'd be like, well, this isn't how we'd normally make them, but you are 100, so. And I love his cane. I love his canes as well. I find them very.
Yeah, the suit is crazy.
Legend.
Micheál Martin. When do you think he's gonna die?
Micheál Martin.
Both politically and literally.
I'm surprised he's not dead already. Are we sure he's not dead already? Actually, and he's come back as a zombie pirate.
He looks like Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah.
Like now.
Yeah.
God, you're good for 100.
Did you see, like, so what happened was obviously Jim Gavin was selected despite the membership not wanting him to be nominated for the presidential nominee. Then he dropped out really suddenly because of some scandal that it seems like they could have very easily weathered, but decided not to. And then everybody in Fianna Fáil has just been really, really upset. And the journalists are like, here's what some guy in Fianna Fáil said. And he's like, oh, I'm really angry. And you go, okay, why are you telling me this? We need a report. We need to figure out, when's the report coming? What's going to happen with the report? But then what ends up happening is the report's released and it goes, one, they knew about the tenancy thing, which is also what we already knew. We knew this back in like November. We knew that they knew this. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And then the other thing that I saw was that there was some like anonymous Fianna Fáiler who was quoted at some point, and they were like, yeah, he's probably going to last until after Christmas and then we'll get rid of him in the new year. And then now this report has been released and then it's like, that's pretty much what's going to happen. And you're just kind of thinking like, this is such a waste of everybody's time, and all of the journalists who are reporting on it are like fucking useless. Do you know what I mean? Like, they are like, they're doing this sort of Woodward and Bernstein type thing, like, you know, Taoiseach, when did you know, and all this sort of stuff. And it's like, you're idiots, you're morons. Why are you saying all of, they're so interested in this and it's so fucking boring.
I also like how Jim Gavin is just not taking part at all. He's just like, peace, see you later.
And there's no question about him taking part. They're like, why the fuck isn't Jim Gavin taking part? You know?
Yeah. He really did just drop out completely. And then
there was a tweet in British politics that somebody called it the Great Noticing, okay? which is, all these, with Starmer and all of the things that he said to get into power, okay? And all of the people who, in British media, who ignored, like, all of that stuff, okay?
Yeah.
And then suddenly it's the great noticing, where they're like, did you know Starmer lied about these pledges? Did you know he did this? And I was like, we all know this. You've just decided to notice this now, okay? So like Micheál Martin, for the past few years, they go like every year-end roundup since 2020 was like, Micheál Martin had a tough job, but he carried it out admirably, and he's a health nut. He's like this, and then we're watching that and saying, well, he's a fucking skeleton, and he's mean and he's nasty. And now all the journalists are like, a prickly Taoiseach responds to questioning. You're like, why are you noticing that now? Why are you noticing that now? Do you know?
Yeah.
Like, where the fuck have you been?
There's some journalist, she was asking him a question, and he was like, are you going to have manners when you speak to me? He really does hate women. I know we've said this all before, but I think Ivana Batshit called him the prickly Taoiseach or something.
Mm-hmm.
The tetchy Taoiseach, and I think that, for some reason, has given journalists... I know a lot of it is because he's on his way out officially now, or semi-officially, but...
Yeah.
I think that gave them a line to run with, you know?
Mm. Well, it did, like, they could have done it. They didn't need prompting from anybody. They just have, like, genuinely, like, liked him. Do you know?
Yeah.
And I've absolutely no idea why. Like, remember where, like, he appeared on, like, the group chat podcast and he started, like, going, you let me finish? You let me finish? He's getting, like, angry with them. And then they're like, oh, I'm sorry, sir. Do you know? Or, like, all of these people, they're like, I don't know. Could you just have a fucking backbone? Just have fucking anything. They're so fucking boring. They're so boring.
Who do you think's going to get it next? Jim?
I wouldn't have said Jim O'Callaghan like a few months ago, because I was like, you're just a drip, and I don't like, what's to like about you? Do you know?
Yeah.
But I think that they're a desperate and deeply racist party, and I think they really enjoy that he is sticking the screws to migrants. Yeah.
I think the media have come out behind him, and they like the anti-migrant stuff as well.
Yeah, they love it.
Like, whoever took over is probably going to run with that. The one good thing, I don't think he'll be doing the rotating Taoiseach thing. It's hard to imagine. The way they've been switching between Harris and Martin. I don't think Jim O'Callaghan would be up for that.
No, I think he'd do it. I think, like, the thing is that the way they're portrayed is like these sort of there's unrest within the Fianna Fáil party, and it's like, all right, well then get rid of him. Oh yeah, any day now. And it's like just organize endless conferences going like, oh, I was really embarrassed that I wasn't allowed, and I still voted for Gavin. I still did that, but like, it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Shut up. Like, they're just like, they're wimps. They're cowards. They'll go along with any of this stuff. And so will Jim O'Callaghan. Will it be like, well, does it mean that I get to be Taoiseach for like 6 months? And it's like, yeah, well, fine, I'll do it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Do you know? Like, they don't want to go back to the electorate.
I don't mean this time. I just mean in future.
Oh, right. Sorry. Yeah.
I don't think... going on with it for this government, but thinking... I know what you're saying, but I just feel like he's a bit less... Micheál Martin really is a wimp in a very visceral way, whereas Jim is a prick in a different sort of way. You know what I mean?
I think that they're both just... what I've said is that there's this kind of thing that Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael have become the one party, and it's almost like, oh, they weren't really that different to begin with. And I was like, well, the dominant party or the dominant ethos is Fine Gael, because Fine Gael has always been law and order, close to tech companies, and I'm trying to think.
believe they have the divine right to rule.
The part where I'm a politician until the next thing, do you know? Like, Micheál Martin is the last of the guys who is a politician for its own sake.
Yeah.
I think Jim O'Callaghan, given, you know, the push to like rearmament and all this sort of stuff, they want to be part of like, I don't know, Europe Inc., you know? Like, I'll get my promotion onto some other board over in Europe or whatever when it comes to defense or how we handled our migrant crisis over in Ireland, you know? So I think that whatever allows him to be in power, he'll probably just accept. I don't think that he's a particularly like stubborn politician or somebody who has any sort of vision. I think he's just somebody who is climbing the career ladder within what he deems to be politics.
Yeah.
Which now is not, you know, the ceiling isn't Taoiseach. It's like something else in the UN or the EU or whatever, you know?
I think that's true for Fine Gael. I'm not sure it's as true for Fianna Fáil. You know what I mean?
No,
like
but I think it's getting that way.
Yeah.
And I think Jim O'Callaghan is the first of those sort of like, I'll say whatever to get this thing, do you know?
Yeah. And do you think he's like looking to a job in Europe then after?
Well, I'm just saying that it feels that way, you know. It's the I want to, because to compare it to like what happened with Herzog Park, you know, that is a definite move for that. So what happened with Herzog Park? So there's like, oh, we want to rename. We've said it. They want to rename Herzog Park. The Zionist entity goes, nope, and then everybody in Fine Gael goes, yeah, shut it down, shut that shit down. And then what ends up happening is all the fucking protests of these people saying stuff like, I think that people in Israel have better things to be doing than focusing on the naming of a park. The suggestion by all of these people in Ireland is actually deeply rooted in anti-Semitism, that they would get hype, that the Zionist entity would focus its fire on this park. It's like, then on Monday they flew over Chaim Herzog's granddaughter to celebrate the first night of Hanukkah, okay? They did not know what was going to happen in Bondi Beach, but then when Bondi Beach happened, they were on the 6-1 salivating. Half of it was made up of like just trying to suppress a grin from the rabbi, the chief rabbi in Ireland. And he was there just talking about like, there was like increased Garda presence because of what happened in Australia, there has to be increased Garda presence in a park in Rathgar, okay?
Yeah.
Because of clear and present danger to Irish Jews from something that happened in Australia, okay? And it's like, this is what we're talking about. And he's on the news and he talks about, and we've commissioned a report and that we've found hundreds of examples of anti-Semitism happening all over the country. And then some of it is like somebody saying, fuck Israel. That's anti-Semitic, you know?
Right.
And The Spectator wrote up an article saying like, no, Ireland no longer has a perceived anti-Semitism problem. It has an anti-Semitism problem. And I was like, is it going to be like Corbynism now, where like the only treatment for this is that we send in the British ruling class to reconquer, you know? like is this what's happening? But anyway, all of this happened, and then fucking Jim O'Callaghan shows up at that event to support the Jewish community, okay? What was obviously very deliberately a provocation to Palestinian activists has now been turned into this kind of like time of coming together and like, you're not going to stop us celebrating. I was like, nobody is stopping you from fucking celebrating Hanukkah, okay?
In his speech he made some weird point, didn't he?
He said he wanted that he would retain the name and, you know, all this sort of stuff. You know, we need to retain that name. And then the next day he was on like, I think the Irish Times podcast, where he said that immigration was threatening social cohesion. Okay. And I just think like, when you think about like all of the hotels where migrants were going to be that were burnt down, when you think about like on the streets, people like there's blatant, like anybody who's got dark skin, has got brown skin, is a target in Ireland. And they made it explicit that they believe that Muslims are coming into the country to wipe out like Irish society, you know?
And what's especially mad about the park thing is that by the time Jim O'Callaghan got in there, the the conversation had already ended, and that they'd conveniently found out that there's no legal mechanism to change the name of the park.
Exactly.
That had already been decided. So, but when Jim O'Callaghan turns up and is like, "Oh, you shouldn't rename the park."
Yeah.
It's like, well, you're just reiterating a point that no longer needs to be made. Like, you're just truly are signaling something here.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. This is part of the CV for the EU or for something that happens, you know? Like, especially now because Ireland's like head of the EU. I don't know what the fuck. I don't pay attention to that stupid makey up bullshit that they do. Where it's like, you get to hand the controller over to Ireland and be like the one that's not connected. And you're like, that's you, that's Tails. You're in control of this whole thing. Yeah. That's crazy, isn't it? It's like, I don't pay attention, I don't give a fuck about it, but these guys take that very, very seriously.
But I think as well that we were talking about the media, like none of the papers have commented how insane it is for the Minister for Justice to be talking about the renaming of a local park. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Or the Taoiseach, or the Taoiseach. Like, it's just viewed as entirely normal and appropriate by this step.
That we need to have this discussion about, is it anti-Semitism or isn't it anti-Semitism, rather than like, why the fuck are these people weighing in on a municipal decision?
Yeah.
You know? Do they not have any better things to be doing?
I guess not.
That's the end of the free bit. Go to patreon.com/CelticLigers for the rest where the Ligers continue to marvel at the batshit political illiteracy of Irish establishment media. They first get into this by reading Des O'Malley's fail son Eoin O'Malley's review of Eoin Lenihan's book Vandalising Ireland. Then recount an interaction Gar had with Irish Times reporter Ronan McGreevy over the renaming of Herzog Park. And finally they take it home reading Shane Coleman try to understand ideology and failing.